Good evening, I'm Matt Woodman. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, a bridge too far. Another road closure leaves some feeling cut off from the city's core. Dangerous dog treats. Health officials blame pet food for a human salmonella outbreak. And printing prosthetics. A local teenager using his 3D printer to help people in Africa.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Matt Woodman.
The closure of a busy bridge has cut off yet another route to Edmonton's downtown core. City councillors are calling for change, and some local businesses say they don't know how long they can hang on. CTV's Connor Hogg reports.
It's a quiet day at Heart of the Home on High Street. Kathy Springer's daughter owns the kitchenware store.
It's 1 o'clock, and we've had one customer in since we've opened at 10:30.
Springer says many of the businesses on High Street were dreading Monday when the 93-year-old Wellington Bridge closed for replacement.
They just should not have closed it yet. Wait until 104th was finished, right? They want to revitalize downtown. Guess what? It doesn't really happen when you can't get there.
With another route to downtown cut off because of construction, city councillors say they're hearing more complaints.
We still don't really have a solution for how people are going to move around in this city until we get some bridge capacity back.
It's affecting a lot of people's journey today, and it's really frustrating.
Tim Cartmel wants to see moving cones in construction zones throughout the day so more drivers can get through.
It was echoing silence from what I heard, honestly. I think that there's some acknowledgement that there's a concern, but I don't know that very many people share this journey.
It's this cumulative impact that's hitting people really hard and having a genuine impact on their quality of life.
Andrew Knack says keeping lanes open through construction has been tried in the past. He wants to see expedited construction, already being used on West End LRT construction on all other projects.
If they're only allowed to work 8 to 12 hours a day, you have your setup time in the morning, you have your takedown time in the evening, and that in itself means you're not doing as...
An outbreak of salmonella infections has been linked to dog food and treats, with dozens of human illnesses reported across Canada. CTV's Brendan Purdy is following the story and joins us from Terwilliger Dog Park. So, Brendan, many of these salmonella cases are actually in Alberta.
Yes, Matt, of the 27 illnesses that have been recorded right across our country, Alberta is the hot spot with 13 confirmed cases. But we don't know exactly where those cases are. Now, the Public Health Agency isn't releasing the specific regions or cities, citing privacy reasons. The agency says the source has been isolated to dog food and treats. However, the ongoing investigation hasn't narrowed it down to a specific brand. These cases date back to February, but have become more frequent in recent months. Although your dog may not show any signs of illness, they can still be infected, and they can pass that infection on to you.
They can pass it on through kissing you or when you manage their feces when they're outside. So those are ways that people can be exposed to bacteria through dogs.
When you're handling dog food, it feels funny on your hands anyway, so you kind of wash them anyway. Like, I don't know, I wouldn't want to eat after immediately touching her food.
Anything they can get a hold of, it's exciting.
Exactly. Signs of the illness in humans include a headache, fever, and chills, which leads to stomach cramps and diarrhea. Hexamer says the best measure to combat exposure to a salmonella outbreak is to consistently wash your hands after handling any dog food or treats. She adds that having a dedicated dog food bowl and routinely cleaning it can be used as preventative measures. Matt.
All right, Brendan Purdy live for us tonight. Thank you. Questions are being raised about the province saying changes to license cards will make life easier for Albertans. A graphic posted by the Premier shows the new licenses will have CAN written on the top corner to indicate someone is a Canadian citizen. The province also plans to add health card numbers. It says these changes will help streamline access to services, strengthen the election system, and cut down on the number of Alberta healthcare cards with an unknown status. A University of Alberta political science professor is skeptical about the need for this addition.
You can check if someone's a citizen or not to see if they can get to services or not without the sticker. So I think this is a political stunt in many respects with some good intentions, i.e. to reduce fraud, whether it's voter fraud or health fraud or licensing. But the sticker has absolutely no sense to actually be there.
CTV News has reached out to the Premier's office for comment. The province says the new licenses will cost the same as usual. Edmonton elections need some more help when voters head to the polls next month to elect a new mayor and city council. A hiring fair to fill close to 1,000 positions started today at Northwest College. Recruiters are looking for workers to help count ballots once voting stations close on Election Day, Monday, October 20th. The returning officer says there are still plenty of opportunities for people to come out and be part of the team.
We wanted to just really promote this particular opportunity at Northwest because we do think that it really suits some students because the shifts will be starting predominantly after their school classes finish.
Roughly 4,000 positions have already been filled to staff voting stations during advanced voting and on Election Day. Growers of a traditional fall favorite are facing some hurdles. Some area pumpkin farmers are having to overcome challenging conditions to make sure their patches are prime. CTV's Sasha Petramola has more.
Spooky season is back. While people are eager to enjoy traditional fall fun, some pumpkin patches may not be so ready.
It has been a challenging growing season.
Playing a major role in pumpkin health, Tam Anderson says the weather has been far from ideal.
Spring started off really dry, and then we have had a frost every month this year.
Anderson owns Prairie Gardens, a 70-year-old you-pick farm.
Pumpkins are just a traditional fall thing, and you know, the beauty of the fall colors and pumpkins and corn patches and apples. It just, that fall vibe is so important to a you-pick farm that's involved in agritourism like we are.
Her farm isn't the only one adapting.
We have hauled in almost 300,000 liters of water to irrigate our stuff this year.
Last year, Mill Tower Ranch kept its doors closed. With hardly any water, the farm grew only 150 pumpkins, rather than its usual 3,000 to 4,000.
Go and open up, and then people come out and, oh, sorry, within an hour we're sold out. It just doesn't work. I didn't want to disappoint people.
Other local businesses, too, are trying to accommodate to people's pumpkin desires one way or another.
Well, sometimes we just buy extra pumpkins where they can just hold the pumpkin. It has that same vibe.
Despite the pumpkin setback, a fun-filled autumn season is still promised.
The whole extended family actually gets to spend some time together, making some memories and having the best time of their lives at a pumpkin farm.
Sasha Pietramola, CTV News, Edmonton.
Well, Josh, the weather's been so warm around here. Let's be honest, I haven't even been thinking about pumpkins yet, and it sounds like that warm weather is going to continue.
Yeah, through the rest of this week. I think next week we'll see a slight cool down, but even the first half of next week looks a little bit warmer than average for this time of year. Another day in the mid-20s today. 24 currently in downtown Edmonton with light wind. We get to 26 for a daytime high, 22 to 24 right now outside the city. It was a cool start to the day, although you can see the average low is 6 degrees. So it was a little chilly this morning, but no worse than average. Outside the city, though, at the International Airport, in the 2 or 3 degree range early this morning. Our daytime high of 26 today, almost 10 degrees above average, and it should be even warmer tomorrow. Tomorrow's probably the warmest day that we'll see this week. Here's what it looks like outside right now with the CTV drone. Blue skies hanging over the Edmonton area right through the last couple of days. And it looks like, again, tomorrow we'll see mainly sunny skies. Clear skies overnight tonight will likely lead to some coolish temperatures again tomorrow morning. But I think here in the city, we're probably more like the 8 to 10 degree range for a morning low as opposed to the 5 or 6 degree range. There's clear skies, not only in Edmonton, but across much of the province. A little bit of cloud cover here in northeastern Alberta. You notice how everything's kind of arching up to the north. You've got a high pressure system at the surface and then a big upper ridge in the jet stream. So high pressure aloft as well. And that has contributed to the clear skies and the warm temperatures, which, as we said, continue for the next few days. Tomorrow up to about 28 degrees. little breezy, though, through the afternoon hours. Gusts to around 30, maybe 40 kilometers per hour at times. We'll take a closer look at the rest of the week in just a few minutes.
All right, Josh, thank you. Coming up next on CTV News, water worries, why some Wabamun Lake users have concerns about an oil spill that happened 2 decades ago.
We have not forgotten about the oil spill and the potential impact that it could have.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Tuesday on Your Morning, advice for parents as we creep closer to a possible teacher strike.
Make some contingency plans. Hope for the best, but prepare.
Wednesday, we talk to the winners of Amazing Race Canada.
Your Morning Edmonton, weekdays.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
You're watching CTV News at 5.
2 decades after a train derailed just west of Edmonton, questions are being raised about the long-term effects. Hundreds of thousands of liters of oil and chemicals were spilled into Wabamun Lake, and while it's been given a clean bill of health, some people believe more studies are needed to know for sure. CTV's Amanda Anderson reports.
Trains run through this spot west of Wabamun several times a day, a spot known as Ground Zero, where 20 years ago this past August, more than 40 cars went off the tracks. The deputy fire chief at the time remembers the call like it was yesterday.
We found the 15 rail cars that were leaking crude oil and a number of other cars that were spewing out other hazardous materials.
More than 700,000 liters of oil and chemicals spilled into Wabamun Lake.
About 9 o'clock, the wind come up from the northwest, and it broke the booms all apart, and the oil started to move.
Cleanup took about 18 months to complete at a cost to CN of more than $100 million. A report prepared for the Wabamun Watershed Management Council on the environmental health of the lake, released nearly a decade after the spill, showed there was no long-term effects, and the lake given a clean bill of health.
I think the state of the lake is excellent, regardless of the level of it.
We fall back to trusting Alberta environment, they have deemed that the lake is, safe for fisher consumption. But again, that's not to say that everyone believes that, and also for swimming and use of the lake.
And fish have been reintroduced over the years, but Sue Stiles says there's reasonable belief the spill and the work done to clean it up continues to impact numbers and sustainability of fish in the lake. Water quality tests are also now done regularly, but Stiles says the Watershed Council can't afford comprehensive tests.
We are not at this point monitoring for PAHs, for the polyaromatic hydrocarbons.
She says not continuing to study the impact of the spill on this freshwater lake is a missed opportunity to clear up questions and concerns many still have to this day.
There has been little interest in pursuing additional studies. I think one of the factors is we find a residual contamination 20 years later, then what do we do about it?
Still, the Watershed Council plans to pursue the issue with government and CN in the future. Amanda Anderson, CTV News, Wabamun.
The Alberta government is changing its industrial carbon tax program. It says companies can avoid paying provincial fees based on emissions by spending on their own emissions reduction projects instead. Premier Danielle Smith says the move would support economic growth while ensuring companies work to lower emissions. She says the province is also allowing smaller companies that don't meet the emissions threshold to opt out of the carbon pricing system for 2025. Smith says the changes will be introduced this fall. And the Premier is on the tail end of her Alberta Next panel tour after stopping in Airdrie last night.
We all know that Alberta has grown a lot in recent years, but few communities have grown faster than Airdrie. It's a welcoming and affordable community with great amenities and a quality of life that is hard to beat. These qualities are worth protecting.
That's the sweet spot. This is stop number 8 of 10 throughout the province this summer. It's meant to give people a chance to have their say on Alberta's future and gauge their feelings about Alberta's relationship with Ottawa. The next meeting is Wednesday in Grand Prairie. Still to come tonight on CTV News, the provincial government opens a new detox center in West Edmonton.
It means fewer people waiting for help.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Run and Red Deer say this was the best fundraising year they've ever had. The Red Deer Run raised more than $43,000. All the money raised will be going towards cancer research in honor of Terry Fox. The Edmonton Run, by the way, raised more than $140,000. Well done by everybody who took part in that.
Absolutely.
Had some beautiful weather for it as well. Nice and warm out there.
The weather's been fantastic, right? Not quite as hot as last week, which it was a little too hot for some people. Set a record on Saturday, and then it's just been kind of mid-20s here. Sunday, yesterday, and today. Tomorrow, though, we're back close to 30 for a daytime high. We're at 25 right now as you look through the Action Furnace River Valley Skycam. Action Furnace, fixed right or it's free. Mainly sunny skies in the Edmonton area, and we'll see more of that over the next couple of days. 19s, Cold Lake, Fort McMurray, 20 degrees. In Lloydminster, you get some mid to upper 20s here in the west. Jasper up through the Peace Country. Red Deer as well at 25. As we mentioned earlier, 25.5 so far for the daytime high here in the city. So we'll round that up to a 26-degree daytime high today. There's your big upper ridge. Clouds marching well to the north. That ridge will stay in place until late Friday. Looks like it will collapse a little bit late Friday, so we'll get some extra cloud cover Thursday night and into Friday. And then maybe some showers on Sunday. Dry until then, though. Clear skies tonight. There's tomorrow. Mainly sunny skies across the vast majority of the province. Little bit of shower activity here, potentially overnight Wednesday night, early Thursday morning in through the Peace Country and up around high level. But you can see by 8 a.m. that kind of clears out. And then in the afternoon hours, on the back edge of this upper ridge as it starts to break down, you could see a few scattered showers, but I don't think we'll get any of that here in the Edmonton area late Thursday or Friday. It's probably not until Sunday that things cloud over a little bit more and we get our chance of some scattered showers. Look at tomorrow in this dark red zone. This would be the warmest day of the week for most areas. It's still pretty warm, especially off to the east and southeast of the Edmonton area on Thursday. There's Friday, Saturday. All of a sudden, you see temperatures bounce back. I've got 26 in the forecast for Saturday, but it could be 27 or 28. We'll see how things play out. Sunday, things start to cool off with that extra cloud cover and the chance of showers. 8 degrees in Fort McMurray tomorrow morning, as well as Grand Prairie. 7 in Red Deer. We'll drop to about 9 or 10 here in the city, so a little bit milder than it was this morning. 25 in Fort McMurray, 28s for Grand Prairie and Peace River, about 27, 28 degrees in Red Deer and Jasper. Daytime highs, low to mid-20s as well with sunshine in east central Alberta. Here in the city, I mean, yes, it will be a little breezy tomorrow afternoon, but temperatures about 10 degrees above average. Keep in mind, 18 is the average daytime high. We'll be in that territory at 9 o'clock tonight. 10 degrees tomorrow morning. A calm start to the day, but by about lunchtime, gusts start to pick up, and we'll get gusts to around 30 or 40 kilometers per hour through the afternoon with that high of around 28, maybe 29 tomorrow. 24 and mainly sunny on Thursday. Friday, extra cloud cover there, and so 25 degrees, 26 or 27 it looks like on Saturday, and there's that chance of showers with a high of 19 or 20 on Sunday. We'll kind of settle into the 18 to 22 range through the rest of next week, which is still slightly warmer than average.
All right, Josh, thank you. The Alberta government is celebrating another step in its recovery-focused care model for people facing addictions. It's opening a new detox center in West Edmonton. The George Spady Society is running the Aurora Center on Stony Plain Road near 156th Street. Thanks to $8 million from the province in 2023, the new facility has more space for people going through medically supported detox in Edmonton. The new location provides 19 additional beds for Albertans struggling with opioid addiction, for a total of 60 beds.
It means fewer people waiting for help, and it means more lives changed, more families united, and more futures reclaimed.
The province says the Aurora Center is expected to help up to 2,300 people every year. When we return, a helpful hobby, how a local teenager is using his 3D printer to assist people in Africa.
It honestly just feels like a way that I can, turn my passion into something tangible.
CTV News at 5 continues.
Your morning just got a little brighter. Start your day with CTV Your Morning, and you could win $20,000. For your chance to win, watch CTV Your Morning Edmonton, weekday mornings 6 to 9.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Coming up on CTV News at 6, congestion issues over the weekend at 2 Commonwealth Stadium concerts have fans and the mayor calling for upgrades to the nearly 50-year-old building. Also ahead, Saskatchewan Premier Scott Moe offering some hope for Canadian canola producers hit hard by Chinese tariffs on their product. And an Alberta hiker who's blind prepares to help break a world record by climbing Mount Kilimanjaro. Those stories and more on CTV News at 6 with Jeff Hastings. A grade 12 student at Old Scona High School is using his skills and free time to help people around the world. As CTV's Merrick Takash shows us, he's making prosthetic limbs for people in Uganda.
2 side-by-side 3D printers are working overtime in Issam Tahir's living room. Years ago, Tahir spotted a 3D printed dragon at a farmer's market. Soon after that, he started making his own dragons, something that would soon come in handy for a different project.
I kind of kept that skill with me and slowly started to develop it till I could actually turn my hobby and my skill into something that could actually make a difference in the world around us.
Now the 16-year-old is using his printing equipment to help people in Uganda who are in need of prosthetic limbs.
It honestly just feels like a way that I can, turn my passion into something tangible. And I'm really fulfilled, and I really hope that these arms make a long-lasting difference in those people's lives.
The organization he's been working with is based in Saratoga, California. The United Enable Coalition sends limbs directly to Uganda.
The people that he's sending these prosthetics to are people who used to have major limb differences. And in Uganda, they take these limb differences really seriously, as some parents actually hide away disabled children away from the public because they're ashamed of having a child with a limb difference.
The president of the coalition says what Tahir is doing shows what teenagers are capable of.
He could be making fidget spinners, but he's chosen instead to devote his time to making something for someone who's literally across on the other side of the world.
Tahir's mother is proud of her son for making a difference.
And to even imagine what it's like for people to be using the prosthetic that he created. I think it's just amazing.
Tahir's work has already put 2 arms on people in Uganda.
I hope to send the next one as soon as possible, just because now that I've developed this skill, I kind of want to use it more and more. I hope to send the next one fairly soon, and hopefully many after that as well.
Merrick Takash, CTV News, Edmonton.
And that's our show. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Woodman. CTV News continues right now.